Hello. Thank you for being here. Happy Thursday. Welcome to our weekly live stream for Divine Energy Flow session. And of course, I do my little talk before. Tonight is really going to be a cool talk because it's all about expansion. And in case you haven't noticed, everyone, all of humanity is evolving right now. I mean, we're always evolving, not just humanity, but everything in the universe is always evolving. But right now, for us on this planet, it's a huge evolution in consciousness and spirituality, um, in the mind, in the body, in the soul. It's all of it. So that's what the topic is today. So it's really, I believe it's really going to be mind opening, but the whole point is to expand your mind and to expand your consciousness. So, like, hopefully, that's what it does for you. If you have not been here before, my name is Carla, and you could be watching this. You could be watching this from either YouTube or Facebook, either one. Yeah, either one. If you like what you see here, if you do like the content that I put out or that the Call to Awakening group puts out, let's I try to get everybody to go and subscribe to the other platforms or like join the group and that kind of thing. So I'm sure Michael will probably put up some links to it. You'll find the links in every other video that we've done as well. So thank you for being here. Thank you for spending a Thursday night with us. Um, what else? Is there anything I have to say before we start? Let's just maybe take a few deep breaths. It's Thursday, so we've all had, almost a full week. Yee, it's almost Friday. I feel the fire circle. So here's what we do. Just breathe in, nice and long, soft, deep breath. And breathe it out. And just let it go. Let's take this moment to just really become present. Let's really come out of time and space and just become into this present moment. This is expansion right here. just coming out of that time space stuff into just that present moment. So let's just stick here for a moment. There's nothing that you have, hopefully you're undisturbed and you can just kind of sit and listen and join into the energy work at the end. Um, let's just relax and breathe again. If you like, you can make sort of a sigh whenever you breathe out. It really helps to get that stagnant energy just kind of out. And just breathe. All right. So you can be sitting like I am and just sitting straight up, or you can be laying down for the energy work part of it. Yeah, let this be just sort of a meditation for you. Yeah. So expansion. So what we went through last year triggered a huge like spiritual awakening, evolution of consciousness, expansion of consciousness, expansion of energy, expansion of heart spaces, expansion of frequency. um, it has it has been a beautiful, beautiful awakening time for all of us. Um, we were finally able to look outside of the box. We were finally, thank you, Michael, for putting up all those links. Thank you. We were finally able to see outside of the box because, like, when we're born, right? And I think I talked about this last week a little bit too, but whatever. When you're born, whoever raises you puts their beliefs out there, and you pick them up and you take them as your own. Sometimes not. Sometimes you'll get a belief system from somewhere else, whatever, wherever, school or the internet these days, probably. Um, but the bottom line is just like in your first year, even just your first few years, you learn your name, who you are, what family, what does the family name mean? Is it a successful family? Is it uh, a rich, a poor, like whatever religion? Is it a Catholic? Is it a um, whatever the opposite of that would be? Whatever it is that you were brought up with, programmed with, unconsciously. It's okay. We're coming to this world. We're programmed unconsciously. We don't remember who we are. We don't remember that we're this powerful, benevolent, beloved being that we're really a spark of God. We don't know all that. So like our job is to come here and like I'm picturing a Rubik's cube, like undo stuff and do other stuff. I'm just picturing a Rubik's cube for some reason. So we have the box. And then when you start to expand, so the first thing you're going to do is probably start to look at the box. You'll start seeing what's in the box. You'll start when you start to sort of pick it apart and look at all the aspects of your beliefs, which make up your vibration and your consciousness and your spiritual evolution. Um, Totally forgot what I was. Yeah, when you start looking, so when you start looking outside of the box. Well, first let's look in the box, because there's so much to unravel and to look at. Like, do I really resonate with this piece of my box of my programs? You know, do I really resonate with that, or is that really just my parents or my grandparents or whoever raised you, right? You can Once you start looking into the pieces and the pendulums that are all around the religion, the politics, the um, whatever other education system, work, career, all of those things. Once you start looking into that, and you can play with it and figure out, why am I here? Why what am I participating in? And do I want to be an actual participant? And if you're doing it unconsciously at first, because you think that's just what we do. Yeah, but yeah, so you just think that's just what we do. That's what my whole family does. That's how I was raised. That's just how I am. That's just what I do. So there's your box, okay? So pick around in your box, figure out what actually resonates with you and what doesn't. Because half of the stuff that's in your box is not yours, and you don't have to participate in it at all. Okay, so there's your box, all that, right? Then you start to look outside of the box, right? All of these things. Maybe you kept some, maybe you released some, whatever. All of it is fine. You can stay in the box if you like. All of it is fine. It's just everyone evolves at a different rate, right? We've come here to be a human and all that, but also to evolve. So it's like uh, you evolve as you choose. All of it as well. Okay. So then when you start looking outside of the box, expansion happens too. So lots of expansion. Expansion is just when we start to think something different. When we start to no 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 no. I'm sorry. Take that back. Expansion is when you are able, because some people are not even able to look in their box and to know it's a box. Some people are not even capable of doing that, and that is fine. They'll get it some other time down the road. Um, Completely forgot again. I hate when I do that, and I have a bunch of notes written down, but then I don't go by like the notes, or there's no like script. So then you start looking outside of the box. outside, and I'm going to look at the notes a little bit for this because this is where um, so much happens. Like, when you finally get rid of the box and just open it all up is a beautiful place to be where expansion really happens at an excelled rate. But we're not in this to be hurry. It's not like that. So you just kind of go at your own pace. Okay, so anything that allows us to think differently or bring awareness to something that you didn't know before is expansion. Anytime we, oh, that's what I was going to say, perceptions. Anytime we can look at something from a different perspective, we are expanding. You know that saying, expand your mind. I don't know who the hell said that. It was like a movie or something. Expand your mind. So anything that makes you think differently, so any perspective that makes you think differently is a huge expansion for you. Um, if you stay where you are, obviously, expansion and evolution is kind of like the same to me. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so looking at things from a different perspective, admitting that you don't know. That's to me, like, that's the first thing about religion. Do you really, who really knows? Like, who really knows? No one really knows until we get to the other side, unless, I mean, there's a few super freaking involved people that probably do know. But really, who knows? I know I don't really know. I just know what resonates with me. And and it can be anything. So it's just whatever resonates, right? Okay. Releasing programming or at least realizing what it is. So that was your box. Releasing the programs from the box. So first, you have to look at the box. You have to figure out what you want to keep and not keep. And then you have to release the things you don't want to keep. Um, Allowing the ego to these are just things that I've jotted down in the last week. They don't necessarily go in any order or they don't necessarily go together, but they're just, each is just a point. So I'll just go through each little point. Allowing the ego to just be and understanding its role. So the ego, we know, is just basically a computer system. It's just uh, basically a computer system of all the things you've known, done, experienced, feelings, all of that you've had in the past. It's just programmed there, and it's in there, and there with all of the programs and beliefs that you have about everything. It's all in there. So all it knows is the box. All it knows is what you know. It knows nothing more than you know. You are the boss of the ego. The ego doesn't have to die. We talk about ego death and all this, but it's not literally, you're not literally trying to make your ego go away. That is completely impossible. So what you have to do is just learn to live with it. You just learn to live with it. Yes, it's going to be over there chatting it's all its bullshit here and there, but you just have to realize and step back and go, okay, that's just a bunch of chatty bullshit. That's all right. But so when you can sit back and realize that it's just the chattiness and be okay with the chattiness, with the programs that we have put forth in our minds, when you do that, you expand. So it's like when you're aware of all these things, it's expansion. That's evolution. So yeah, just allow it to do its role. Its role is to protect you. The ego's role is to protect you at all costs. So if it thinks you're going to get hurt, if it thinks that, whatever, it's gonna start the thing. Oh, you can't do that. You shouldn't do that. You don't know what that's going to do. You don't know. You've never done this before. You might fail. Blah 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 blah. Right? That all. So once you can be in a different perspective and see that and be okay with it and know what it is and what's the point of it, that is expansion. That is expansion. Um, ooh, this is another good one. Allow everyone to be who they are in every moment without judgment. This is kind of like all some of the things that I went over, like what 5D was last week. It's all the same thing. I mean, 5D is just expansion from 3D, right? And 4D. So, um, allowing, oh my God, this is such a big one. Like, we could do a whole week on this. I'm gonna say it again. Allowing everyone to be just who they are in the moment, in this moment, in every now moment, without judgment, right? Everybody's where they are. So when you can allow someone to be, let's say that you just, that you're having a conversation with someone with completely different beliefs than you. I do this all the time. I live with people that have completely different beliefs than me, but we can have a conversation like it's okay. Before, okay, so that's expansion. When you can have a conversation about your beliefs and like totally respect each other and be like, yes, but whatever keeps you going, whatever your truth is your truth, and it's beautiful and perfect, even though it's not mine. It's all good. So being able to talk about something without like judging the person and without like trying to be right. There is no right. Right does not freaking exist. There is no right. Everybody's right. It's all right. It's all right. So that's expansion when you can step back and not be judgy about everything. Oh my gosh. I know so many people that are just judgy about everything and I'm like, ah, and then I feel like, oh crap, now I'm judging them for being judgy. And it's like, man, you know? Yeah. So allow everyone to be who they are. Man, if you could just take that away and maybe we could work on these things one thing a day or something. So that's that. Finding the lessons and blessings in everything. So no matter what happens, there is a blessing. There is a lesson. Maybe not a blessing. The lesson is the blessing, but there's always a lesson. There's always, even if it's just for me, the lessons I've been having lately have been slow down. Like it's stupid stuff, like running a red light. Okay, I just need to slow the fuck down. When I dropped my phone a couple weeks ago, and I completely like lost my mind for at least a couple of hours. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was losing. I was crying. Um, the lesson was slow down, stop, slow down. Go sit inside, play with the cats. You know, go sit in the yard. Go to the fire. I have a friend that keeps the fire on all the time. There's always a fire lit, and so it's like, yes. So, just maybe a 10-minute drive and I have a fire at any time. I love it. Um, that's another one, but I'm gonna come back to that. I know I'm not going in order, but I will get to all of them. So the next one I have, doing things that you don't normally do. Yes, doing things that you don't normally do breaks patterns. Switches timelines. It breaks patterns. It switches you to a different timeline. If right now, I'm not really like exercising, like going to the gym, like super like exercise, and like I do my energy work at home, my meditation. I do a little bit of Kundalini breathe, like pranayama and that kind of thing at my house. But I really want to go back to the gym. Now, if I go back to the gym, it'll start a new cycle. It'll break the laziness cycle. It's really just laziness. I mean, yeah, I do my thing over here, but I need to be doing more. I need to be eating better. All those little things. I forgot why I'm even saying this. Friggin' habits, yeah. So you got me. You got me. Breaking patterns. Taking a different route to work, creating something like painting something for no reason. Just start creating something. All of these things expand you. Next one, of course, is going to be a huge thing on this list is meditation, stillness, quiet, actually listening to what the stillness says opens you up, opening your arms like this. beating on your body a little bit releases energy, expands you, expands you. Even it's, I even do this in the morning, like slap my whole face, like make sure my organs and my heart's, open and wide open, and make sure my organs are all working right and activated and woke up and all that kind of stuff. Um, Allow yourself to be expanded because that's what you already are. So this is a good point. That's what you already are. You are already this huge, expanded, powerful being. And you coop yourself up into the box. And that's where and then you get into the box and your energy is just like this cooped up. There's blockages everywhere and just and so that's what happens when you stay cooped up in the box and when you don't expand, you just stay small. You stay small and you stay traumatized up and you stay, with all this. It just doesn't support the new energy. The box doesn't support the new energy. It doesn't support the new earth. It doesn't support the new world. It doesn't support the new world we're starting to move into, starting to navigate our way through this craziness and get into this newness, into this new energy. When I say new world, I just mean new energy. All right, so allow yourself to be expanded. That's what you already are. You just have to let it in, let go of the programs that don't serve you in this new energy. Okay. Um, Let the ego take a break for a while and just be without judgment or needing to do anything. That's really good. That's another thing, like with meditation. Just being there, being willing to sit there forever, or being willing to lay there forever, and just getting up when you feel intuitively guided to get up from the meditation. But just sit. Make yourself just sit. It shouldn't be really making. It should just be a release of resistance. Just a release of resistance. Just which all that takes is to soften your body. Soften your body. Start focusing on your breath. The better your breath is, the better your life is. Like the better you breathe, the more you breathe, the deeper you breathe, the better your life will be. The better your body, your mind, your spirit. Breath is life. Breath is everything. Breath is everything. Very important. Breathe good. Breathe a lot. All right. Becoming present. Again, presence is so important. Like, if you can find a way to live beyond space and time for just a few minutes a day at a time, just even a few minutes a day at a time. And what I mean by that, by moving beyond space and time and just being present, is literally not, it's a switch for me now. Like it's a switch. So at first you have to consciously say, okay, there's no past, there's no future. Everything is now. Everything actually is existing simultaneously. So once you have everything existing here, and there's all potentials, as many as any potential you can think of, you can go into, right? I'm completely forgetting what I'm doing. Oh yeah. So once you realize that really all time is now, it's almost like you go behind the screen. I made a video on this a long time ago, going behind, in between the screen. Yeah, going between the screen. So if you picture the outer screen as the inner, if you picture the back of the screen, the past, the front of the screen, the future, and you go in between that, It sounds retarded. It sounds crazy, but sometimes, like, if you picture yourself doing these things and you're just sitting there and you can look at all of it, you can sort of choose the timeline you'd like to go on. You can sort of like play with it all when you get into this space. So that's definitely expanding. So stay present, become pure consciousness, become no mind, no body. Practice this. Practice this. That is expansion. Very important to meditate if you want to evolve. Like, and it's hard because it's hard. So it's so easy. It's hard. Just sitting there and learn how to be aware of your thoughts and emotions, and that we aren't them, that they just arise in moments. So learning that, and this goes with becoming pure consciousness and exploring what that's like. So learning that you are not your thoughts. The thoughts are just the programs and the beliefs. So the thoughts are just a byproduct. They just appear in your reality. Knowing that you aren't them and just allowing them to do what they do, just like us was talking about the ego, same thing. Um, and realizing that we are not this body. We are filling up the body with our spirit. Like, hopefully, most of your spirit is in your body. Some people, it's not all the way in their body. We have to embody our spirit and our soul. So, um, yeah. So we are not the body. We are not the thoughts. We are literally just energy sitting between the screens, right? But our programs and beliefs have us thinking that we're all over the place, that we have to be in the past and the future and all of these things, but the bottom line is it's all now. So that's expanding to know that truth. Okay. Another thing, man, I'll just have like three things left. I know it's getting later. Okay. Go into nature. Go into nature. Look at a tree. Look at a look at a flower. Look at the grass. Look at the bugs. Like, go into nature and realize that the same thing that's beating your heart, that's pumping your blood, that's growing your hair and your fingernails, is blooming the flower. The same exact life force, the same exact thing is doing all of it. You're just a piece of nature. You're a piece of the mother. You come from her and you go back into her, body wise. So right now on the earth, you're a part of the mother. Be a part of it. Like, identify as a piece of nature that's expanding. Go and be with it. Go and just listen to the crickets. Go and be at the fire. Go and camp out in the woods and just listen to the animals, and um, just go and pick flowers and anything outside. Breathe. Just go out there and breathe. It smells so good. Go out there and just honor the elements. Like, thank you, Lynn, for being here. Thank you, sun. Thank you, Mother God. Thank you, fire. Thank you for all of it. Gratitude. Gratitude is definitely expanding. Okay. Uh, what does the energy around you feel like? Describe it. Describe personality. Yeah. Other things to expand your consciousness is, of course, like, while you're meditating, to literally become just that energy, just that consciousness, just that still meditating. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, right? And start feeling into your body. What does everything feel like? Like, literally, and feel into your body, and then feel around your body into your energy field. And you can take that and you can really go anywhere you want with it. I have a video on my YouTube channel that's like, I think, I forgot what it's called, but you're basically taking, you're going other places with your consciousness. So you become present, you feel the energy around you, and then you can move your consciousness all around the room. You can, go to the four corners of the room. You can go outside while you're still sitting here in meditation. And I'm not talking about like, getting in your light body or your astral body or doing anything like that. This is just your consciousness moving around your awareness and your consciousness. And I know that's a little confusing, but okay. Letting go of resistance to everything in your life. I mean, you remember what you resist persists. It'll just stay if you resist. So the more you can just lighten up, the more you can just slow down. And I have to slow, like I have to do the same thing. This is all pointed to myself as well. Slow down, make your body relax. Relax your body. Like lighten up and kind of just try to float a little bit. Relax your body. Um, and that lets go, that helps with the resistance. When you relax your body, you try to just become present. When you become present, you won't have resistance. So the main thing is in this is becoming present. Look around you at the beauty of the moment as much as possible. Completely engage with the present moment, whatever it is. Yeah, there's a song that I'm like in love with. That one of the lines in the song says, "Our life's purpose is to honor the great beauty all around us." It's like my favorite part of the song. It's just such a beautiful song, and it's just like, yes, my life purpose. I resonate with that huge. My life purpose is to honor the great beauty that surrounds me. So beautiful. So we're gonna start our energy work. I'm gonna go ahead and smudge with some sage. Just relax. If you have not been to one of these before, if this is your first time, relax. Set an intention to receive whatever transmission that is best for your evolution, for your expansion. I'm going to do some work on expanding, um, mostly the heart energy and the crown, all of it. So just relax, sit back. You don't have to look at me. You can just relax. Just be open to receive. Just be open to receive. Feeling into the energy. I'm so sorry. I don't even know how to undo this. I don't even, I'm so sorry, y'all. Some reason. I'm so sorry. I hope that doesn't happen again. Oh my God. Just stay where you are. I'm so sorry. Totally apologize. I'm trying to think of how I can turn that off. Just stay where you are. Stay present. I don't know how to turn that off. So hopefully it just doesn't happen again. Just stay present. If this happens again, I'm so sorry. I'll have to. So far, so good. Let me get back where I was. I'm so sorry. If you need to get back where you were, please do. Work on the lower energy centers now. You can just stay right there, right where you are, and meditate for as long as you want. Have any questions about the energy session or anything else that I talked about tonight? Please leave a comment and I can answer the questions or whatever next week, or I can answer the comments with a comment or a reply. Drink some water. um, drink some water. It's good to drink water after an energy session. So I don't see any questions where I'm at. I thank you and I honor you for being here tonight with me, and I hope that you will join us next week and every other week after. Have a wonderful night. Have a beautiful weekend. I honor you. Namaste.